Hey there. I'm Sun Tzu. Today, we continue our journey through my teachings, focusing on Chapter 2, where we explore the critical importance of swift victories in any conflict or endeavor. These concepts, though rooted in ancient warfare, are as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. Whether you're in business, leadership, or any competitive field, understanding these principles can make the difference between success and failure. Let's dive into the heart of Chapter 2. 1. The high cost of war, knowing what's at stake. In any major conflict, whether on the battlefield or in the boardroom, the first thing you must understand is the immense cost involved. I once said, when you engage in actual fighting, if victory is long in coming, then men's weapons will grow dull and their ardor will be damped. In modern terms, think about launching a new product, entering a competitive market, or even waging a legal battle. The resources required, money, time, manpower, are staggering. Just as tech companies invest billions in research and development, knowing that a failed product launch can bring financial and reputational disaster, so must you weigh the stakes carefully before you engage. You must recognize that war, in any form, is a matter of life and death, a path to safety or ruin. 2. The perils of prolonged conflict, why you must act quickly. In military strategy, as in any competition, dragging out a conflict is dangerous. I warned, there is no instance of a country having benefited from prolonged warfare. Prolonged warfare exhausts troops, depletes resources, and crushes morale. The same is true in business and life. The longer a project, negotiation, or battle drags on, the more vulnerable you become. Think of the Vietnam War. A conflict that lasted far longer than anticipated, draining U.S. resources, morale, and public support. Or consider a business stuck in a never-ending legal battle, where skyrocketing legal fees and distractions can cripple operations. A swift victory, even if achieved through less sophisticated means, is always preferable to a protracted struggle. 3. Resource management, how to sustain your efforts. A wise leader doesn't burden their own resources but seeks to sustain their efforts by leveraging those of the enemy. I taught, in war, let your great object be victory, not lengthy campaigns. In ancient warfare, this meant feeding your army from the enemy's supplies, reducing the burden on your own logistics. In modern terms, this can be seen in how businesses acquire competitors, not just for market share, but for their resources, talent, and technology. Facebook's acquisition of Instagram and WhatsApp, for instance, wasn't just about eliminating competition. It was a strategic move to acquire valuable resources, from innovative technology to user bases, which strengthened Facebook's overall position. By doing this, you ensure that your own resources remain strong while weakening your opponent. 4. The burden of war on the state and people. War is a burden not just on the soldiers who fight but also on the state and its people. I observed, if the campaign is protracted, the resources of the state will not be equal to the strain. Prolonged conflict exhausts a nation's resources and impoverishes its people, leading to economic hardship and internal unrest. Consider the impact of long wars on the U.S. economy. Wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, while initially supported, eventually led to massive debt, economic strain, and public discontent. This mirrors how, in ancient times, a prolonged military campaign could drain a kingdom's treasury and leave its people impoverished. 5. The importance of foraging, taking advantage of the enemy's resources. A wise general minimizes his reliance on home resources by foraging from the enemy. I advised, in war, the way is to avoid what is strong and to strike at what is weak. By using the enemy's resources, you reduce the burden on your own supply lines and increase your chances of success. During World War II, the German blitzkrieg strategy involved rapidly advancing through enemy territory and living off the land, reducing the need for long supply lines and keeping their armies mobile and effective. In the business world, this can be likened to companies leveraging competitor weaknesses to gain market advantages. 6. The power of incentives, motivating your team to victory. In any campaign, whether military or corporate, victory depends on the motivation of your team. As I observed, regard your soldiers as your children, and they will follow you into the deepest valleys. Look on them as your own beloved sons, and they will stand by you even unto death. In ancient times, soldiers who captured enemy chariots were rewarded to boost morale and encourage others. Today, businesses offer bonuses, promotions, or public recognition to employees who exceed expectations. Look at Google, for example. By rewarding its top talent with stock options, bonuses, and public recognition, Google fosters a culture of innovation and high performance. When your team feels valued and rewarded, they're more motivated to go above and beyond. 7. The ultimate goal, swift victory. The goal in any conflict is not just to win, but to win quickly. Efficiency is key. You must deploy your resources in the most effective way possible to achieve your objectives swiftly, with minimal waste. As I advised, the skillful leader subdues the enemy's troops without any fighting. He captures their cities without laying siege to them. He overthrows their kingdom without lengthy operations in the field. Take Netflix as an example. When they recognized the shift from DVDs to streaming, they acted swiftly, securing a dominant market position before competitors could catch up. Their quick actions ensured that they seized the opportunity while it was still ripe. Remember, the longer you fight, the greater the cost, and the less chance you have of emerging victorious. 8. The responsibility of the general, safeguarding the state. Finally, the responsibility of any leader in conflict is immense. As I stated, the general who thoroughly understands the advantages that accompany variation of tactics knows how to handle his troops. A wise leader is not just a tactician but the guardian of the nation's safety and the people's well-being. In contemporary terms, think of CEOs like Tim Cook of Apple, who must navigate complex global markets, anticipate shifts in technology, and ensure the company's long-term survival. Just as a general must safeguard his state, a CEO must safeguard his company's future. Conclusion: the modern relevance of ancient wisdom. The teachings from Chapter 2 of The Art of War are timeless. Whether you're leading a team, running a business, or managing any kind of conflict, the principles of swift victory, efficient resource management, and effective motivation are key to success. Remember, the cost of prolonged engagement is always higher than you expect, so aim to achieve your goals swiftly and decisively. If you found these insights valuable, I invite you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others who might benefit. Let's continue to learn from the ancient wisdom of the art of war and apply it to our modern lives.